Hey guys, welcome to the Explain Like I'm 5 session by the Dapp List. We started this series to run you through how to make use of the project on the Build Launchpad. Let's get into it. Today we have with us Rush from DFX. DFX is an Ethereum based decentralized exchange protocol with a dynamically tuned bonding curve optimized for fiat backed stablecoins. Essentially, DFX is an exchange for stablecoins. So, Rush will be walking us through and showing us how to make use of DFX. Okay, Rush, over to you.
Hey guys, I'm co-founder of DFX, and yeah, just here to share what we do, and hopefully everyone gets to learn a little bit more about DFX over the next half an hour to an hour.
Nice, awesome, cool. Sounds great. So, the floor is yours from here on out. Whoever would love to share the screen and walk us through the Explain Like I'm 5 session.
Just before we get into the demo, let me just introduce, let me just give an intro to DFX first.
Sure, that works.
DFX Finance is a decentralized exchange. We're specializing in forex trading. Think of it as a stable swap like Perv or maybe even Uniswap, but we're way more optimized for trading stable coins pegged to different currencies like the Canadian dollar, euro, and Japanese yen, and many other more stable coins. Why do we have this product? Think back to when you needed to go to the bank or money exchanger to send money abroad, or to basically just do remittance. You paid some sort of fee, right? Maybe around 2 to 10%, or if there were no fees, they might have finessed you with terrible exchange rates.
Mm,
That happened to me recently when I tried to send money to a merchant abroad. The spot price was, the spot price is always favorable, but the payment rail I used didn't exactly give me like a good
right.
rate. There's like always a huge spread, so I had to pay more for basically just
Uh,
fact of just paying with a different currency.
mm,
But at DFX, the fee is as low as 5 basis points, which is in percentage is like 0.05%, which is very minimal compared to TradFi rates. And the answer as to why we have it, why we have DFX is so that we can make our technology available to as many people as possible all over the world. And by using DFX and blockchain technology, we can provide much better pricing, higher transparency since everything is recorded in the blockchain, and as well as increased speeds because of Ethereum's like 12-second finality when sending money around the world. And with that said, let's move on to the actual demo. I'll be sharing my screen right now. All right. Here we have the DFX landing page, and these are all the stable coins we have on our platform. We
mhm.
have CADC, which is a Canadian dollar peg stablecoin, EURC, which is for the euros, NZDS for the New Zealand dollar, uh, TRYB, TRYB, it's for the Turkish lira, and XIDR for the Indonesian rupiah, and XSGD for the Singaporean dollar. And we have a lot of links here as well. They're all informational, so you can click them. Feel free to check them out later. We have buttons here as well. Here's the trade button for this just takes you to 1 inch so you can trade
Buy
DFX.
some DFX.
Yes, exactly. And then we have the launch app. We'll
Mm-hmm.
get back to this later. Um, just down below this is the docs button. This takes you to our Git book page for all your DFX curiosities. So if you're a dev, you might want to check this out.
Devs in the house. That's great alpha right there. So,
Yeah. all the alphas in here. So just check that out. So
And
just
just to
scrolling
comment on that
down.
as well, Rush, we will be doing, some more updates to the documentation over the next week or so. So there'll be more how-to guides, migrations and stuff like that. So just keep an eye out for that, and then also our socials.
Awesome. Cool.
Cool. Thanks for the spot, Cody. So just scrolling down, we see a wall of text. We already know what DFX is, so I'll just skip most of this. One thing I want to bring up is the DFX bonding curve. If you're in our community, or maybe you've read threads on crypto Twitter about DFX, this phrase always gets thrown around. The DFX bonding curve is basically the algo we have that concentrates liquidity around a certain price range. And the algo is assisted by an oracle, so our swaps can provide solid rates near spot prices. So that's the ELI5 on that.
Nice.
And then just below that is our investors. We have big name VCs such as Polychain, True Ventures, Lemniscap, CMS, DeFi Alliance, Boost VC, Hex Capital, and Castle Island Ventures. All in all, DFX raised just north of 5 million back then. And yeah, below that is the smart contracts auditors that we have. So we have Trail of Bits and HE audits. Securities, the security of funds is our top priority since we are a stablecoin exchange. And we have more links down here as well. It's the same links as the drop downs above. I'm not gonna go through each and one of them, but yeah, they're here. Feel free to check them out if you want to learn more about DFX.
Just to comment on that too, real quick on the auditing, we actually have one more that we're going to be updating on the site soon, which is Pickaxe, which did the auditing for our V1 to V2 smart contracts. So
yeah, we'll have our V2s out soon, very soon. Combination of like months' effort, all coming together now. So let's just go to the top, click on the launch app, and by default, the launch app takes you to our swaps page. Here you can swap from any stablecoins that we have on our platform. So if I for this demo, I'll be doing a swap from USDC to CADC. But like I said, you can swap from any of the stablecoins we have. So if you wish to swap from yen to CAD, you just go ahead and select GEN and CADC. But I'll switch this back to USDC and CADC. And for this, I'll be swapping 10. Actually, let's just swap 10. I'll be swapping 10 USDC for CADC. So the rate coded by the AMM already has the fees taken out of it, which is like a fraction of a penny. And you can see the percentage here. And the swap rate is the effective rate I'll be getting. It's right here. While the oracle rate, think of it as the spot price. So right now there's a spread of like 0.15%. Still very minimal compared to TradFi. So you're still getting like awesome rates. And you have a route status here. It says balance because if you click on the drop down below, the pool ratio is at an optimal level. We'll get back to this later. And so right now, let's just go with the swap. Oh, by the way, there's like metrics above here. So when you're providing liquidity, or if you have DFX on your wallet, it'll show up right here. And right beside that is the gas counter, which is like I wasn't hoping for this morning, which is like 63 right now.
It's definitely high on it. But you can you click that Rush by any chance to show them kind of like the function?
Yeah, you can click on the gas counter.
Nice.
You can have it go fast, average, or slow. But also you can set a slippage. But this only matters if there's like a lot of swaps happening, because if like two swaps happen at the same time, the price might move by a bit, and you don't want to get like finesse out of like your original rate. But I just leave this as is because I do the gas edits on MetaMask.
Oh,
But
nice.
I digress. Yeah, so let's just go with the swap. My MetaMask window, I think it'll be off screen, so apologize if you guys can't toss my wallet. I mean, it's already here. Let's go with this. Actually, before I do that, if this is your first time interacting with the website, you will need to do some token approvals, and in this case, it's gonna be USDC. I don't have to because I'm a regular here. So let's just go with the swap. Right now, you see it swapping, and I see some information in my MetaMask window, which is off screen. Do a bunch of changes to it.
Just to kind of go back to what Rush was saying about the token approval, if you've ever operated on any, decentralized exchange, basically, whenever you do perform a swap for like the first time, the protocol will usually ask you. I've seen it pretty much every time, but I don't know if it's just, certain protocols do that or not. But you do a token approval so that the protocol can obviously swap that for you. And then once you do that, you can actually perform the transaction to, complete it.
Nice. Nicely done. It appears this transaction has chosen to take its time.
I almost misplaced my ledger.
Yeah. Word.
Apparently, I dropped it behind the PC last night.
Wow.
So yeah, that's it.
Uh,
So yeah, the swap has been submitted. Only takes like a few seconds versus forever with sending to your bank. And I'll just refresh the page real quick. So we have the so yeah, there's the CADC on my wallet, and that's how you swap for foreign stablecoins. It's real simple.
Nice.
It's basically just swapping on any other exchange.
Nice.
And now let's move on to like the second part of the demo, which is adding liquidity. Let's just head into the pools page right here. And for this demo, we'll be providing liquidity for the CADC and USDC pool. And I'll just click on the drop-down window first because I want to see the token ratio again. And because we're gonna need this in a few minutes. Then I'll click on add liquidity right here. And you can either do two-sided liquidity or single-sided liquidity. If you remember the pool ratio I was talking about, whenever you need to add like two-sided liquidity, you'll need CADC and USDC to be deposited in the correct ratio in terms of like USD value. So it was roughly 50-50. That means if I want to add like $10 worth of USDC, then I need to have $10 worth of CADC as well, for a total value of like roughly $20. In stablecoin numbers, that means that if I deposit 10 USDC, I'll need roughly 13 CADC. But for this demo, I'll be doing single-sided liquidity. I just switch the tabs right here. I'll add in all the well, actually not all of it. I'll do exactly 13 CADC to deposit. As with two-sided liquidity, for single-sided liquidity, instead of like, as the name suggests, instead of adding both assets at the needed ratio, you can just deposit either one of the assets. So you can do CADC or USDC. But this still needs to respect the ratio. And what that means is part of my CADC will be swapped in the background for the other asset before getting deposited. And since the ratio is like close to 50-50, I'd see half of my USDC. Oh, not USDC. I'll see half of my CADC swap for USDC. That other way, let's just go with the swap. Let's just wait for the transaction to confirm. It actually does go through. I think way is over 100 right now. Oh, went through. So now it says liquidity has been submitted, and I should have my liquidity pool token show up. If that doesn't happen, just refresh the page, and there you go.
All right.
You have and you have your unstake position here. As you can see, it's like $10 worth of liquidity. And if you want to earn rewards, you'd actually have to stake your LPTs first. And before I actually do that, let me just explain what a liquidity pool token is. So basically, it's like a receipt. It represents ownership of your of the underlying assets that you have deposited in the pool. So if you transfer those LPTs to someone else, that basically means you're forfeiting the ownership of those tokens. So they're not yours anymore. So don't do that. Or if you have to, make sure you trust the other party or like the smart contract you're interacting with. And yeah, so my stake LPTs are here. It says I have it on stake. If I can just click on stake, I can select max tokens, and once you do, it shows your staking breakdown, which is just the pool ratio. Again, I'll be getting like 14.7% returns on it in DFX rewards, and it shows up here on the estimated ROI on DFX rewards. So I'll be getting 0.6 DFX per week on my $10 liquidity. Let's just go ahead and stake that.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah.
Well, I know where I'm spending. I know where I'm spending all my ETH right now.
It's for a good cause.
I'd hope so.
Transactions approving. That's done. Still shows us as staked. I'll refresh the page again just to force it to update. There you go. You have your staked value here. Now you'll be earning DFX on your stake LPTs, and you're all set. The DFX rewards trickle in every few seconds. Well, not every few blocks. But since I deposited a trivial amount of liquidity, the sun might blow up first before I even get like a good return on my gas cost. So if you need to provide liquidity, just from someone who's like very stingy, wait for when gas prices are down. Usually in the early mornings. Sometimes it goes below like double digits. It's just to save you like your precious ETH. Cody touched up on this quite a bit earlier, but we suggest to not add liquidity right now. We'll be migrating our liquidity pool soon, but the steps will be the same for adding liquidity in the new pools. So just wait till like post-migration happens, which is mid next week. But for more info, check out our recent blog posts. And that said, that concludes our that concludes this demo. If anyone from the DFX team would like to share their thoughts,
Yeah, man, that's
so
a great presentation, honestly. The one thing I wanted to add to it, Rush, was for the rewards that you are earning, right? Many people what to do with them, right? We're getting ready to transition, or migrate, like we just said, from our V1 contracts to our V2. And in doing so, we'll also be, launching our vote escrowed tokenomics, basically. So anyone will be able to, those DFX rewards that you're receiving, you'll then be able to lock those up for VE DFX, which is a basic non-transferable token that'll act as your governance model, or just like your position, essentially. And then you'll be able to use that DFX to vote which way the rewards will go to each pool. So like Rush has on there right now, you can see CADC is getting about 14% APR. Once we go ahead and launch the V2 and the VE, then that reward ratio will completely change based off of who voted for that pool to receive rewards. So there's a big opportunity for people to have DFX to be able to move the flow of emissions or rewards, quote unquote. So something interesting to look at. And this is pioneered by a lot of, other protocols. We're pretty much looking at Curve and Angle. You can even look at, Balancer's model and stuff like that. So it's an ongoing thing, or a trend, I guess you could say, within the cryptocurrency ecosystem that kind of provides longevity and aligns those long-term holders that want to see the success of the protocol.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cody.
No worries.
All right, cool. Thank you, Rush. Thank you for that in-depth, demo and walking us through DFX Finance from like top to bottom. That was quite detailed and in-depth. Thank you so much. Just before we move from this session, does anyone have any question for Cody and the team concerning the ELI5 demo that he just went over? If anyone does, please feel free to unmute your mic and just jump in on the conversation. We'll be more than happy to listen.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and joining us for today's episode of Explain Like I'm 5 with the DFX team. Please do not forget to visit our YouTube channel for more videos like this one. Remember to like, subscribe, and share these videos with friends. And until next time, take it easy.